Sure. Thanks, gotta go now. Of course, come anytime. Oh, she's blushing too. She likes me. Alright, hi. Um, I don't know how to do this. Now, but, hi. Welcome to Everlasting Summer. So, I think this is the time we're gonna be meeting Miku. It depends. I'm gonna try to read, because that's what I do in this game. I read a lot. And, yeah. So let's go. A lazy evening, there's nothing like a good time with nothing to do. I headed towards Olga's cabin. I'm not gonna say the last name, it's too hard. The light in the house was on. Hello, Semyon. You're quite late. Yeah, I went for a walk to look around the camp. Alright, you'll be sleeping here. She pointed her finger at one of the beds. I would never sleep in the same cabin as the leader. And what the fuck is that picture right there? Has that picture always been there? Because I have not noticed it before now. What the fuck is that? Looks like a fucking Sims vampire or something. Right here? I was a bit surprised. Yeah, is something wrong? We're out of free cabins anyway. The camp leader smiled, but I rather think it was just out of politeness. You do want to be a decent pioneer, don't you? There was a clear emphasis on the word decent. Yep, sure. Yeah. I was lost in thought for a moment. Don't you mind it, mademoiselle? Wait, what? She looked at me oddly, with surprise and some offense in her eyes. A pioneer should respect their elders. Olga said strictly. Of course he should, no one argues with that. I blattered, not realizing what was wrong. Shouldn't you also? She stared at me. Under such a gaze even mithril forged by the best dwarf masters from the deepest dungeons would admit. What are you talking about, dude? Should I what? What's up, Toots? Annoyance and a lack of understanding made me raise my voice. You must address adults appropriately. Yes, of course, there are a lot of strange things here, but this girl is just a couple of years older than me, or maybe even younger. Oh my god, my nose is clogged. But I decided not to argue. Well, just a few minutes ago, I would never have called her an adult. I have to admit that she was also given a strong character. And in any case, I wasn't in a position to argue. As you say, ma'am, I mumbled. That's much better. That is how a decent pioneer should conduct himself. And now it's time to sleep. Honestly speaking, I was going to become neither a decent nor an indecent pioneer. Just yesterday, I wasn't going to become a pioneer at all. But do I have a choice now? If you don't want to, we'll have to make you. This is the motto Olga was probably going to use. I climbed onto the bed and closed my eyes only to realize how tired I was after today. Something hammered in my head awfully, as if my brains had started a night shift. And they seemed to be aimed more at rolling steel than working on something more sensitive. The bus flew through my mind. And the square with the monument. The canteen full of pioneers, and the malicious face of Uliana. Of course that is what you remember, like, oh, she gave me food, but nah, we're gonna remember when we saw her in bikini. That's Slavia. Lena. And even recalling Alisa? How did I pronounce her name last time? Alicia? Didn't give me too much of a negative feeling. You didn't think about your good robot friend? What if I'm here for good? No, I don't think that, dude. Maybe. We don't know. Day 2. I was having a dream. Were you? It seemed like I was in some kind of a vacuum with nothing but nothing around me. But not only around, I was the only creature in the universe. Well, that would be boring. As if the universe had returned to a state of singularity right before the Big Bang, and something was just about to happen. Suddenly I heard a voice. I could not make out the words, but it sounded familiar. The voice was whispering something gently, as if soothing me. And then I realized it was the voice of that strange girl from the bus. The girl from the dream. The cat girl? But what is she trying to tell me? Who is she? I woke up. Ugh. Bright sunlight struck my eyes, and the Sims vampire is still there. Did his eyes change? It was almost noon. After stretching lazily on the bed and yawning, I started to recall the previous day. In a few seconds, all its events passed before my eyes. The bus, the camp, the local inhabitants. Oh, that's just wrong. Not this whole situation, not me being here. It was wrong by default. My attitude towards what was happening was wrong. Because yesterday I fell asleep here just like that, and before that I chatted nicely with the local pioneers, even managed to crack a few jokes. How could I act like that in such a situation? I should be frightened, startled by every little rustling, should avoid all contact with the potentially hostile creatures. I am bad at reading, guys. Like, I can read just fine, but when I'm reading too much, it's, yeah. Excuse me for a second. I don't have corona, just so you know. I'm in a camp here. There's nothing here. The last day's events were getting hazy, like I had a hangover. This really feels like the morning after a heavy drinking party. Yesterday's natural, flawless, absolutely normal conduct becomes a nightmare in the morning. A grotesque illustration from the Divine Comedy. Yes, it's just like that, and I can't change the past now. Then again, I had probably assessed the situation and was acting accordingly. I glanced around trying to figure out whether I had been thrown somewhere else, but Olga's cabin looked the same as yesterday. Everything seemed to be in its place except for a pioneer uniform which was hanging from the bedhead. I fumbled with it in distress and tried it on. At least this is better than walking around in winter clothes. Wish I could see myself. Bet I look like a clown. And for that I needed a mirror, at least a tiny one. I finally found one on the wardrobe door. Holy! I looked at the newfound pioneer and jumped away in surprise. There was some teenager on the other side of the mirror. We went back in time. He resembled me, but he wasn't me. Where did the weak stubble go? Where were the bags under my eyes, the slouch, that deathly fatigue on my face? It seemed that I had not been thrown back in time or into a parallel reality, but instead had simply changed bodies with someone else. Right, that's real simple. Such things happen every day. Yeah, except I can't get out of this body. I took a closer look at this stranger and only then I realized that it actually was me. It just wasn't today's me. Maybe the one from between my school and university years. Well, at least that's something. There you go. The person in an extreme situation did fail to notice the elephant in the room after all. But the camp leader noticed it, and last night she told me off for addressing her with proper respect. Ah, screw that. I doubt my appearance affects anything else. Ugh. I burped up something. If the clock was not lying, breakfast was long over. Was that always white? I just realized things that I haven't seen before. Oh well, I'll try to find something in the canteen. It worked out well yesterday with Slavia, didn't it? Those memories made me smile involuntarily. Yeah, it was those memories you remember. It was not the bikini one. No, not at all. The sun was shining brightly outside. A light breeze was blowing. A beautiful summer day. I had not felt so good in the morning for several years. All problems were gone, vanished into clouds that were white as snow. Olga came out of nowhere. Good morning, Semyon. Morning. I smiled, doing my best to show that, no matter what, my morning was indeed good. You only arrived yesterday, so I decided not to wake you up, but breakfast, never mind. Here, take this. She handed me something wrapped in paper. Judging by the oily stains, there had to be sandwiches inside. Oh, thank you. Now go wash yourself. I was about to leave. Wait a second. Olga quickly ran into the house and came out to shove a small bag into my hands. Inside it, I found a toothbrush, soap, a small towel, and something else. I did not look too closely. A pioneer should always be clean and tidy. Let me do your neckerchief probably this first time. Yours is askew. You should do it yourself once you learn how to. Do we have to? I'm going to wash myself now. Yeah, right. It could get hooked on the tap and strangle me. Fine, later then. And don't forget about the lineup. Pencils, paper, drawing lines. You don't forget such a things. What lineup? What do you mean, what lineup? She frowned. It's Monday today. Well, I've never been here. You told me yourself. I came yesterday. Weird, but my approximation, it should have been Sunday. Usually we have lineups early in the morning before breakfast, but it's Monday today, so we are having it at 12 o'clock. Okay. Don't be late. All right, but where? At the square. Where else? There was no reason to argue. I headed to the bathing place. We're gonna take a bath. Are we gonna see more bikini girls? I knew I could forget about separate showers and toilet, but at the sight of this malfunctionous symptom of decaying socialism, I found a turtle with the tin shell paw taps and a shermic belly. I felt sick. I was not a squeamish person, but nevertheless, standing there, I realized that there was still some minimum level of habitual comfort, which I found it troublesome to do without. It's often like that. When you lose things that you thought were ordinary and common, you suddenly understand just how essential they were. Ah, screw this. As if I have any choice. The water was ice cold. While washing my hands was not an issue, washing my face and mouth became a big problem. There was no toothpaste in the bag which Olga gave me. I could brush my teeth without it, but there was a small round box wrapped in the towel. Tooth powder. Cute. 1 point for me being somewhere in the past. I washed myself quite quickly, also due to the ice cold water. Someone was coming quickly, or more like running towards me. I turned around. Woo! It was Slavia dressed in a tracksuit. It looks good on you, just like the pioneer uniform. Yeah, sure. This girl would probably look good in anything. That's what I said. Pioneer uniform, bikini, probably even a spacesuit. I don't know about that one. Spacesuit is a little bit like, so I don't know about that one. Hey there. Ohio. I mean, was good morning. Yeah. Oh yeah, real smooth. Why did you come for breakfast? I overslept. I said it as if I was proud of it. About it. I overslept. I'm so proud about it. But Olga gave me some sandwiches. Oh great then. Don't forget about the lineup. Yeah, sure. As if I could forget. Right, I gotta run. Enjoy yourself. I'm gonna enjoy myself right here. It's water. I can just... She waved goodbye to me and disappeared around the path's bend. I feel like she's liking me, so trying to go with the Miku route is like, god damn it, she likes me, but I can't just ditch her for Miku. Looks like it's a couple of minutes until the lineup. I should quickly pass by my home to drop off my washing bag and eat the sandwiches and then head to the square. I swung open the door of the camp leader's cabin and rushed inside as if jumping into the last car of a departing train. It didn't turn out to be the best idea because inside I found Olga, who was changing. Oh. That music though. I saw Olga changing. That's why we're gonna have some heavy metal in here. I froze on the spot, trying not to breathe. Finally, the camp leader noticed me. Semyon, I looked away immediately. Have you heard of knocking? Now get out. God damn it, I wanted to see. Yeah, that was real clumsy. Although I did enjoy the sight. I bet you did. I want to see too. She is a hot woman. Olga followed me out in a minute. Here, take this. Now it is your home too. So what is the problem? She handed me a key. I put it in my pocket. Home, of course, if you disregard how fantastical the current events were. This camp was far from being the worst place on earth, but to call it home, just after 1 day spent here, I doubt that I will be able to do so. Alright, let's go, we're late. But what about the sandwiches? Just eat them on the way. We were passing along the lines of the pioneers' cabins while I was tucking into the ham sandwiches and Olga kept on talking and talking. She was buzzing like a game of operation with Parkinson's. but I cared about nothing but the food. Understood? Huh? That is just like me. I would be like, understood? Huh? I was just busy eating. You weren't listening. Sorry. Today's the first day of your new life as a pioneer, and you should do your best so that it becomes a happy life. Ah, yeah, definitely. I'm serious. A pioneer has many duties. Great responsibility is conferred upon him to participate in social work to help his juniors to study and study and study again. We here are all like one big family. That was hard to say for some reason. And you will become a part of it. Yeah, a part. I'd even sign a party membership card if it could save me from listening to this nonsense. I hope that after your term here is over, you'll keep the most pleasant memories about our camp. Memories that will last your whole life. And when will this term end? Why do you keep asking silly things? It's not silly, I just wonder. It seems I won't get It seems I won't get any information from her. A shame, really. This world appears to be so friendly, but it never bothered to introduce itself to me. Perhaps now I can take things somewhat easier than yesterday. Seems like I have some unspoken ceasefire with it. It isn't trying to hurt me, but I'm forbidden from asking questions. Of course, this situation isn't a pleasant one, can I, but what can I do about it? A bad peace is better than a good dispute. The most important thing for you now is to make the best of the time you'll spend here. I'll do my best. Honestly, I was very tired of this conversation. It will be good to know where that here is. But it is kind of getting tired to speak or read. We came to the square. The pioneers were already lined up. What? Is somebody not here yet? Nope. All here. Where's Miku? She looked around at her brave pioneer troops. Alright, go stand somewhere. Weird. Why did you tell me there are no more sleeping places? What? But where is Miku though? While the chief was running her mouth about where is me? Maybe I'm next to that robot guy and Miku is next to me, but oh well. While the chief was running her mouth about our plans for the week, I stared at the people. A few heads away from me stood electronic. Okay, a few heads, so you're not next to him. A few heads away from me stood electronic a little further. Lena and Slavia, and at the end of the line, Juliana and Alisa. Everyone I had met was here. You haven't met her yet, or Miku. Olga spoke about some competitions, and I turned my attention to the monument. Jenda. I could not remember any revolutionary with a similar name. He had a weird posture too, as if he was looking around with distrust, maybe contempt or even disdain. Wait, probably some local leader. Daydreaming again? Slavia brought me back to reality. Olga stood nearby. Still remember the plan for the week? The plan? I will never forget the plan. Perfect. She looked at Slavia. Did you bring it? Yes. Oh, something secret here. Slavia handed me a piece of paper. It's a checklist. Here are 4 tasks to check off. Do it all today. Before you start, sign up for a club. There are some clubs in the clubhouse and a musical club in the separate building. And that's where we're going. Then visit the infirmary. And finally, visit the library. Got it? Yes. The checklist seemed like a good chance to find out something, since I had to go to places I haven't been before. Then come on, start right now. What about lunch? Don't worry, I'll bring you more sandwiches. The checklist is more important. Good luck. They departed too fast for me to ask anything else. Missed breakfast, now I'll miss lunch too. This ain't good. Maybe I'll manage it in time somehow. Lunch starts at 1 p.m. Then again, if I'll go there, I might miss a place from the checklist. Okay, it's too early to go to the canteen anyway. So now we can choose to go to kitchen, infirmary, library, music club, clubhouse. Now, I don't know why I can't go to anywhere else, but I mean, Miku is right over there? But I thought she was in the music club. Why are you over there with Lena? So that is their cabin, I think. That is me, apparently. And who is that guy? That is electronic, but I don't know who that is. Is that... That's not Alisa. No, Alisa and Liana is here. Are they sharing cabins? That is not good. And a shy one and a musician? I mean, or a singer. Uh, well, yeah, that works, I guess. But yeah, let's go to the music club. The music club, a small one-level building, was located some distance from the other camp buildings. I opened the door and entered without hesitation. And there were enough instruments for a whole orchestra here. Drums, guitars, even a piano. Just you wait, we're gonna meet Miku here in just a second. I spent some time looking closely at every instrument, wanting to guess the time period they were from, but suddenly I heard a crawling sound coming from underneath the piano. Oh boy! That is just the right panties too, because it is like, I mean, you know Miku's panties, everyone knows Miku's panties. A girl seems like she was looking for something. She was standing on all fours in such a suggestive pose that I hesitated to speak at first. Excuse me? Ah, who's there? Ah, she hit her head. She tried to stand up, but the bottom of the piano prevented her from doing so. Ouch. She struggled out. Sorry, I scared you. It's nothing. Oh, you got a checklist. You must be new here. Ah, yes. My name is Miku. No shit. No, really, I'm serious. Nobody believes me, but it's my real name. My mother is Japanese. My dad met her when he was building... Well, it wasn't him who was building. He's an engineer. And he was working on a nuclear power plant there. Or a dam. Or a bridge. Whatever. Is that actually like Miku's backstory, though? Her dad is an engineer, and her mom was a Japanese something. She was talking so fast she swallowed half the words she tried to pronounce. I'm Simeon. Great. Want to be in our club? It's only me here now, but it will be two of us then. Do you play anything? That's all I know. Ouch! Fuck! It's so much. Be careful up here. Ah. Hope I didn't fuck up the sound like I did last time when I played House Flipper, because that would be embarrassing. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything like that, really. Oh, it's okay. I'll teach you. Maybe a trumpet, for example. How about a violin? I know it all, honestly. A violin would be cool. There was no point in arguing with the orchestra girl, since there was only another cascade of words waiting to blast at me. I could play the drums, though. Hey, I'll think about it. Can you just sign it for now? Yes, sure, give it to me. Be sure to come around. I sing too. I'll sing you some Japanese folk songs. Or maybe if you're not into that, something more contemporary. Well, can you not give me copyright, though? Sure. Thanks, gotta go now. Of course, come anytime. Oh, she's blushing too. She likes me. The end of her sentence stayed inside. It might be nice to hang around with a guitar in the evening, but in such company? I turned to leave and came face to face with Elisa. She eyed me suspiciously. Why did you come? The checklist. Got it signed? Yes. Then move it. Elisa went inside and I hurried to leave the place. No, don't hurt Mika. It's kind of funny that it says that they are in these different kinds of building, but Mika was actually in the music club and now she's over there again. And Elisa is just over there and she was apparently going to the music club. I don't know. So, should we go to the infirmary? I mean, infirmary has like a hot nurse thing going on. But I don't think you can get a nurse ending. But she is kinky. I just have to say that right away before we go there. She's kinky. Um, uh, Library is this chick. Let's go to the infirmary. What's the point of visiting the infirmary? My health was fine. The fresh local air clearly did me some good. I felt fresher than usual. But I just have to visit it. I entered. A common infirmary, like my school doctor's room. We never had a school doctor. I don't think we have that in Norway. There we go. A middle-aged woman sat at the table. Obviously, she was a nurse, and she's one of those Russian nurses, I think. She gazed intently at me, assessing me while continuing to write something. Well, hello, Pioneer. I can't do Russian accent, but said the nurse without being distracted from her work. Good afternoon, ma'am. I have something. Sit down, please. I looked around the room. On the couch. I sat down. Strip. She said all of it with an even tone. What for? To inspect. To auscultate. Or whatever. To check on your health, you know. By the way, my name is Violetta. But you can call me Viola. Viola is easy to remember because I'm such a fan of Saints Row 3. And one of the characters is named Viola, so... Well... She turned to me. I said, what are you waiting for? Strip. But I have no health issues. I got this. I neatly gave her the paper. Later. She took the stethoscope off her neck, seeming like she intended to probe me with it. Just you wait, this is not the kinkiest part of the game with the nurse. No, we're not gonna fuck her. But then someone knocked on the door. The nurse answered unwillingly. Come in. In a moment, the door opened widely and an electronic rushed inside. Hello, I fell during the football game. Nonsense, of course. I'm okay, but Olga, there was a massive bruise under electronic's eyes. It was Elisa, I betcha. I doubt that this could be a football injury. Sit down, I'll have a look, she said to him. And you, pass me your checklist. The nurse quickly signed it and continued. If something hurts, come to me immediately, Pioneer. I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me. That nurse is surely something else. You haven't seen the worst yet. Library. Actually, I love... Well, she isn't really kinky. It's just the way she talks. It's like, strip. Just strip. I'm gonna check you. So just strip your clothes. Actually, I love reading, but spending my days in the library under the current circumstances was well beyond my scope. Now you see, I could actually be here and enjoy life. The one thing I'm scared of, though, that would be a lot of here, because of all the greens and all the trees and all the flowers, it's gonna be bumblebees, and I have a terrible phobia for bumblebees. But I could stay here if it was no bumblebees. I could stay here for forever. It has hot girls. It has nice weather. It is summer, and we have a hot nurse. But spending my days in the library, yeah, so I better hurry up with this checkpoint. As I stepped inside, a memory from my childhood emerged in my head. It was very vivid. I'm 7 or 8 years old. I'm at the library with my mother. While she's looking through the books I might need for my studies, I'm sitting in the corner and looking through their collection of comic books. Back then I didn't know why they had so many, or why couldn't I take some with me? The notion of collective property was something my mind hadn't grasped yet at that age. However, back then the whole concept of property was pretty hazy to me. Isn't it easy to steal a book from the library though? I'm just asking. Because it's no alarm there, or cameras, is it? I don't remember that from a library I used to go to. I didn't steal books. Just don't worry. I did not steal any books. But I just remember that it should have been easy. Just go to the back of the library and you could be like, let's put a book in the bag and just walk out. This memory seemed even stranger now while I was standing in this particular camp where they might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbolism was all over the place, and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course, I wasn't planning to read any of these. Getting acquainted with a full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth I would think of. Where's the librarian? I didn't spend much time looking for her. I looked closely. Short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. She was snoring so peacefully. I couldn't just wake her up. I can wait. If she doesn't wake up in half an hour, maybe then. I couldn't just sit there, so I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur Schopenhauer, The World as Will and Representation. I opened it roughly in the middle and started reading. The life of a man with its endless upkeep. Is this from the middle of the book? It sounded like the beginning. The life of a man. The end. The life of a man with its endless upkeep, wants, and suffering is to be regarded as the explanation and paraphrase of the procreative act. I.e. the absolute claim of the will to live, and furthermore, it is also the reason the man owes nature. The man owes nature his death and thinks with anxiety of this debt. Is this not so hard to read books like this? I don't like that. It is not the evidence that our existence involves guilt. At any rate, we always exist from time to time, paying with death for our birth. We always exist and alternately bear all the joy and sorrow of life, since neither of both can pass us without some effect that is a result of a stated will to live. Thus, the fear of death, which in spite of all the miseries of life holds us firmly to it, it's really elusive, but just as elusive is the impulse which has attracted us into it. This attraction itself may be seen objectively as the mutual longing glances of two lovers. They are the purest expression of the will to live in its affirmation. How gentle and tender it is. It wants happiness and quiet pleasure, mild joys for itself, for others, for all. Someone knocked on the door. I closed the book quickly and put it back in its place. What a nice habit, knocking on the door. I should pick it up. It was Lena. Oh, hi. I smiled. Hi, I just wanted to return a book. She had a copy of Gone with the Wind that I saw yesterday. Is that a real book, though? It sounds like a real book. The other book that I was reading too, is that a real book? That would be weird. Oh, Xenia is sleeping. I'll come back later. I'm awake. I turned around in surprise to look at her. She eyed me closely from behind her table. What is it you wanted? I need you to check here. Give it here. Is she a tsundere? Because she was like, what do you want? I'm awake. What do you want? She quickly signed the paper and gave it back to me. She had this look on her face that made me want to keep quiet. Lena came up to her to return her book. I thanked Xenia and went out. The only thing left is the clubhouse. I can't go to the kitchen dining hall anymore, but oh well. I went to the clubhouse. To tell the truth, I never really liked extracurricular activities. At school, I used to find any excuse to skip extra classes. At university, I had no interest in participating in the student council. I wasn't interested in boxing, air modeling, or sewing. So I came here just to check off the box. So we're going in, and we can stop actually here, because it says nobody was there. So we probably have to wait and do something. So let me just, is that the same one? I guess quit. Oh, that quits the game. Oh shit. Well, I could just go through everything the same way I did next time. So this till the next one. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I opened Steam. I did not mean to do that. I wanted to open the recording program. Here we go. So thank you so much for watching. It wasn't usually the same length in a video. It's just that I have been out today. It's late for me, and it's actually late, and I have more to do today. So I need to make food too. It's actually very late. So now it is still daytime, but it's late too, you know. I need to edit and all that. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Tomorrow. Bye bye.